Hello, my name is Agatha Gichana and welcome back to the Vellum podcast. I am a public affairs practitioner and a comms specialist. Now, for this particular episode, we're going to be speaking about an often overlooked topic, the informal sector. This is a sector that contributes approximately 83% of jobs in Kenya. And a huge part of those who work in this informal sector are women. Now, the beauty about women working is that they don't just work. They also make sure that they're contributing to society. They're infusing entrepreneurship and social change and social impact. For this particular episode, you're going to be joined by women trailblazers in that particular space. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves, starting from Carol Kinoti.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. My name is Carol Kinoti, and I'm a fashion designer. Founder of Fashion on the Road, Carol Kinoti Foundation, and Mavazi Elevate Program.
Catherine.
Majina yangu ninaitwa Catherine. Ninafanya kazi na wamama wa Kajiado kushona ushanga na tunafanya na Carol Kinoti.
Thank you. My name is Joyce. I'm also part of those women who do fashion and design, and I'm happy and humble to be here.
Karibuni sana Vellum.
Asante.
Asante, thank you.
I think to just set the context for us, Carol, will begin with you. If you could just tell us what is Fashion on the Road. It sounds like an exciting name. What have you been doing? When did you begin? And why Fashion on the Road?
All right. So Fashion on the Road is an initiative that does exactly as the name suggests. I began, I think in 2018
Yes.
is when we first met.
Yeah.
Launched in Kajiado County. And this decision was influenced by the challenges that I've faced as a fashion designer, which has been like at least 20 years in the business now. I hit a jam at some point, realized that I was not scaling, and I could not place my finger on anything because by then I'd literally made clothes for, I could say who is who in this country. I knew I was good at what I was doing, but something was not adding up. So I went back to school and decided, let's see if I can go and understand how to do this differently. By the time I was done, which was at Strathmore Business School, I realized that the problems were bigger than me. There were issues around policy, industry, and other people in the industry that actually are not included. So I decided to form Fashion on the Road in Mavazi Elevate Program in order to allow other parties to come on board and we look at the issues facing the industry. At the end of the day, if I benefit, everybody else benefits, or if the industry grows, by extension, my brand also grows. So Fashion on the Road and Mavazi Elevate Program's first partners were Strathmore Business School. Because when I was done with my owner manager program, I went and said, look, I can see agribusiness. I can see what you've done with the medicine and the legal industry. Why are you not touching the creatives? And they said they did not know what to do with creatives. They're here to do business. Creatives don't do business. So I told them, fine, use me as a dummy. At least I have experience. Learn what I'm doing. If you get it right, then let's see how to develop the industry. So that's how the Fashion on the Road journey began. And when we were doing the MOU, a lot of the things I was telling them I would wish that I'd done, I realized I've not done them myself. So I said, okay, let me give it an example. Let me try and do a recce. And with the recce, then I'll have a sample. So I looked for somebody who had connections in Kajiado. And I told them I'm looking for a path that is clear, that I can meet with the women, because I know Maasais use their talent for trade. They wear it every day, they expose their culture, they have modernized themselves, but they have still held on to their culture. So I knew that was the best place to begin. So I made my first trip to Kajiado, into a church in Kajiado, and the first meeting I had was Pastor Catherine and her friends through the church, and when they were introducing themselves, I had asked them to tell me how their business of beading looks like. By the time we were done, I realized the same challenges they have are the same ones that I have.
Just at a different scale.
Yes, just at a different scale. My advantage is maybe I'm closer to the city, but the same lack of market, lack of money to be able to put the business together, lack of knowledge, training, etc. So I told them, look, I don't have an answer or a solution for you guys because I also have a problem to solve. But I'll go back, I do what I know how to do best, then I'll come down here. You do what you know how to do best, and together we sell this product. So I came back, produced a collection, put them in the boot, and went back to Kajiado. You remember that day?
Yes.
Yes. And then we sat around and said, fine, yeah, the clothes tell me what you need to do with them. Let's sit and let's bead them. By the time we were done, we had beautiful products. But of course, you're listing your feedbacks, you're looking at the things they could not invoice, they could not price them, they were not delivering on time. And I would ask them, what are the challenges? So they would say, hey, some of us walk 3 hours to come here, Carol. Some of us, lost somebody yesterday, all those things. So this journey began there. We launched the Fashion on the Road the same way we used to sit on the ground in Kajiado. Mm-hmm. And the reason then was to show them that the market that is going to take over this product does not have the same cultural aspects that you do have. Therefore, you need to look and know, find I wear like them like this culturally. But when they get there, the person who's going to receive them or analyze them or buy them is not a Maasai. So we need to be able to see the customer in different ways. So in short, we found the low-hanging fruit, which was these beads that they keep on their hands every single day. And we said, why don't we standardize these beads and say this bead will be connected to my dresses throughout. And as long as they're connected to the dresses, then when I sell the dress, I sell the bead. When the dress sells, then I send you an order, that kind of stuff. So that's how we agreed to collaborate. We named the collection the Habu. We named the beads the Habu. And since then, we've had a very smooth flow of communication as we list all our challenges, as we refine and introduce internal competition. And Pastor Catherine has been extremely influential in terms of keeping the women together, managing to communicate, sending them through, the systems that are required, using young people to be able to help her to put records together. So this relationship has been going on for long, and that is what Fashion on the Road is about today. Of course, we realize we have to link to markets. Therefore, events like golf tournaments, fashion high teas, where we invite them, they come and meet, they understand the client, back and forth. So Fashion on the Road started off in Kajiado, and now we are present in at least 12 counties. We have relationships across 12 counties now.
That's very commendable. Congratulations, ladies. Starting from Kajiado County now to 12 counties, and just listening to your story, Carol, I think it's quite inspiring. And one thing that I'm picking out is that you are able to notice that even within your business, at the scale at which you are operating, you are able to draw similarities to what Catherine was undergoing in Kajiado County, which brings me to Catherine. Kwanza tuambie ulianza aje kufanya biashara ya ushanga?
Nimeanza kufanya kazi ya ushanga pale tu kwa kushona na kutafuta client ambaye sasa ni mama tu mwenzangu, ambaye wakati wako na sherehe kama hii yangu ninashonewa. But unapata sasa sina uhakika ni lini tena nitapata. Mwingine anachukua halipi hivyo tu, lakini sasa kwa sababu ya passion unajaribu tu kufikiria vile tunaweza fanya. Lakini tulipoendelea tukakuja tukakutana na Carol Kinoti. Na Carol Kinoti nilimpata wakati alialikwa na mama mwingine rafiki yangu, aliposema anataka kushona nguo na aweke ushanga, nikasema lazima nitafuatilia hili jambo. Kwa sababu lazima ni mzuri. Na nilipoenda tukamit na Carol Kinoti, number 1 tulipokutana, alipoanza kusema tutaweka shanga kwa nguo, nikaona kama haiwezekani, kwa sababu sisi tunajua ushanga yetu ni ya kuvaa tu kwa mwili, lakini hatuweki kwa nguo. Na wakati alitupatia order ya kwanza, Carol Kinoti alikaa chini kutuonyesha, yeye mwenyewe akatuambia tushone, alafu tulikuwa tunaweka kwa nguo yake, tulimshonea kwanza nguo yake. Wakati tulipoanza kushona na yeye, tulikuwa tunataka hata akituambia tuweke kama like hii bendera ya Kenya. Mimi nitaona kama hizi colors haziendanishi sana na kazi ile tunafanya. But tukitembea na yeye na tukaona ni kazi mzuri. Sasa hizi tuko na wamama 45 ambaye wanafanya hiyo kazi. Nikawa sasa ninafuata vile Carol Kinoti anatuambia. Hatujakosa tu challenges ya kulete watu pamoja. Maana sasa kama culture sisi tunavaanga tu wakati wa occasion. Occasion tu ndio tunavaa, hizi siku zingine unapata kuna wale wanavaa, kuna wale hawavai. Lakini unapata sasa sio kwa biashara ile ya kuweka chakula kwa meza. Sasa wakati Carol Kinoti alikuja akatuambia hii inaweza wafanya muendeshe magari, tukashangaa. Na tukakaa chini na wamama nikawaambia tufuate tu, wakati mwingine tunaweza kosa kuona umuhimu wa jambo, lakini imekuwa ni maombi yetu kwamba siku moja tukuje tufanye biashara kubwa ambayo inaweza kusaidia kama wamama, Tukakuja pamoja kama wamama na akawa anatuletea kazi na hiyo kazi kidogo kidogo bado tu hata yeye alikuwa na the same challenge tulikuwa naye, anatuambia client anataka kitu hii, alafu client anakuja anasema nimeacha. Hata mimi saa zingine mama mwingine ananiacha nishone, nikifikisha katikati ananiambia nimebadilisha, nimeona design nyingine smart, nimeacha. Kwa hivyo tukakuja tukaona kumbe haikuwa safari rahisi kupata client. Na wamama wakakubaliana na Carol, na nashukuru pia Mungu kwa sababu ya Carol alikuja mpaka kwa level ya kukaa chini kama wamama, tunakunywa wote chai, tunapika lunch pamoja, lakini tunashona pamoja. Sasa Carol anakaa hizo hours zote akitulete pamoja kutuonyesha umuhimu ya kututafutia market.
Nilikuwa nataka kwanza turudi nyuma kidogo.
Okay.
Hapo tumeanza mbeleni.
Yes.
Kutoka kitambo biashara ushanga, umesema ni kitu ulikuwa mnafanya kama Masai culture.
Yeah.
Ulijua vipi kwanza kufanya ushanga?
Shosho yangu alikuwa anashona. Sasa vile shosho yangu alikuwa anashona akamfundisha mama yangu. Sasa mama yangu ndiye akanifundisha mimi. Kwa hivyo sasa ilikuwa tu ikikuwa jioni, tunaenda wakishamaliza kufanya kazi zao za kawaida, tunaenda tunakaa kwa mti. Alafu sisi tunashona tukiwa kabisa hata kabla hatujaenda shule. Mimi maana sisi tulienda shule tukiwa tumekuwa watu wakubwa.
Kwa hivyo ni tamaduni. Alafu hiyo tamaduni ilikuwa si ati ya kuleta pesa. Ni kitu mlikuwa mnafanya tu yani kama recreation activity, ama ni kitu mlikuwa mnajua tunatengeneza hizo ushanga tupeleke pahali tuuze?
Hapana, tulikuwa tu tunatengeneza sisi tuvae. Haikuwa kwanza hata ya kuuza. Mtu tu alikuwa anakuja anachukua. Sasa yani tu kama unatengeneza urafiki na vitu kama hiyo. Haikuwa ya business hapo mbele.
Ilikuwa pia hivyo kama pia wewe Joyce, ama ulikuwa umeanza kama biashara?
No, for me I can also say nilipata kama mama yangu anajua, akanifunza pia, but enzi zetu because we are young than our mother, si tumepata ikiishaanza kupata market. Like they are selling to earn a living. Hata unaona ndio imetupeleka shule, some of us ndio inalisha familia.
So I think it's actually quite true, so that you can even get to the essence of fashion on the road. Because what I'm getting from the ladies is that there wasn't really ready access markets. They didn't know that they were sitting on gold really, and there were people that were willing to actually pay for this. So ukiwa hapo mkitengeneza ushanga, unasema labda mtu anakuja na kupea order, unatengeneza, unafika katikati, anabadilisha. Apart from that, kuna changamoto zingine ulikuwa unapitia kabla mjapatana na Carol? Ungetuelezea?
Yes, changamoto moja ambayo tulikuwa tunapitia, kila mtu ako na vile anauza hata kwa price yake.
Hakuna uniformity.
Unapia pata hata wamama wakiwa wagonjwa. Wamama unapata kwa sababu ya kukosa hata pesa, unapata hakuna vile mtaenda hospitali. Lakini wakati sasa tulipoanza kufanya hii kazi ya kupata biashara, unaona mtu anaweza hata enda hospitali na pesa zake. Kwa hivyo wakaanza kupenda sasa.
Na Joyce, wakati ule ukifanya kazi ya ushanga, how much were you making within a month hivi tuseme?
Siwezi sema I was making ama earning anything, because most of the things ulikuwa unapeana free. But roughly ungekosa ka 300-3K per month. Kama ni ya order utaweza pata do.
Kwa hivyo ulikuwa ni 3,000 kwa mwezi, lakini hata hiyo 3,000 si kama utapata kila mwezi. Ni kama ukipata order.
Na ni attires kubwa, si small like for example mshipi, you know they are sold at high prices. Depending on the beads zenye umetumia hapo, unaweza pata anauza at 1,500 maybe. So it depends with what you are bidding.
Na nikiongezea hapo, pia challenge ile kubwa tuko nayo hata sasa. Kwamba beads inatengenezwa na inauzwa kwa price iko juu sana. Na sasa kwa sababu unashona kitu ndogo, kitambo I make profit. Kwa hivyo in short, hakuna market. Sasa until Carol Kinoti akachip in. Sasa tumeanza sasa kupata order kupitia yeye.
Carol, I'd like for you to now come in with Fashion on the Road on how you address these challenges. The couple of things I'm picking up, markets, having to contend with working with orders. So how do you standardize that? Pricing as well, because they weren't really record keeping. So you'd not be able to know how much am I spending in production cost, how do I pricing the product so I can make a profit from that. And also continuity, because if you fall ill and you have a big order, how do you make sure that you're able to meet that? So what are the measures that you came with Fashion on the Road to be able to address these challenges and make it the success that it is today?
One basic rule is that they need to work together. The role of a leader like Pastor Catherine is to group them. So we group them in groups of 15.
Yes.
Yeah. And we make sure that group is registered under the CBO. So that they can have a bank account and a leadership pattern. So in each group, there's a chair, a treasurer, and a secretary. Then we have an overall, like Pastor Catherine now, who is mobilizing the group in totality. The other requirement within the group is that there has to be a young person, or at least one young person who can help them coordinate in terms of record keeping. When I started working with the women of Kajiado, one of the things that I noticed is that, like she says, when you buy beads here and another one buys beads here, when you sell, you still have beads sitting in stock. The group mentality helps you save money by saying, let's buy as a group. The beads are being sold in a batch, therefore we can share the cost of that. Number two is the feeling of, because I am here and I do not know how to do my work well, for me to be a part of the group, I need to improve my quality so that I can
quality check.
Yes,
yeah.
Because I'm very strict with them. And if you do not learn how we've standardized, or if you're not making, then you don't earn. Because when we make the payment, which we will make through the system they have created, then it's their responsibility to make sure that each person has been paid for the labor. So if you're in a group and you do not make, then you don't benefit. When we began, there were a few challenges here of, like delivery time, speed, quality control, etc. So the idea of having different groups, like she says 45, so those are 3 groups, especially in her state, is to create internal competition. You understand? So if you don't deliver, she'll take to the person who delivers. Meaning, at the end of the year, you've not earned as much as the one who actually was diligent. So somehow it has brought quite a bit of discipline. Our delivery times have become more efficient. Our product quality standards are on top of things. I'm very impressed by the fact that they've been able to have that ability to put together things and deliver. They have also understood, because we have really exposed them to come and meet the market. Every time we have events coming on board. The other day we had an event for the Kenya Annual Fashion and Design Week, which I was delivering on behalf of the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. I made sure they came and they're the ones who walked on the runway. So they get very inspired, they get very excited, they go back and they want to do better. We could get them to make more money if it's beyond bidding, into tailoring, into other processes, step by step. But I could easily say the challenges we found of not understanding market have improved. When you say things like them understanding that it's important to receive your money through your bank account, that has improved. It's important for you to have your documentation. If she chomoas the file, you'll be shocked. Registration, they have really become diligent. They have come together as women as well, and women need to come together so that they can understand what's going on in their societies. So I would say that I see order. I see ability to scale now. I see ability for them to do more business. And I think that's the reason why we continue to do and expose them to opportunities like the one we have today, so that more jobs can come, so that they can do more and take care of their families better.
There are also a couple of things also coming through, just listening to you ladies. When people think about entrepreneurship and a business, they think about the profit aspect of it, but they don't think about the ripple effects of being able to earn an income.
Yeah.
I remember you speaking about now that you have an income, unaweza kusema hii pesa niko nayo, si lazima niombe mzee, nasikia vibaya, wacha niende hospitalini. Umeweka rekodi hapa, ukiezenda banki useme nataka mkopo kufanya jambo fulani, anakuambia ziko wapi rekodi zako?
Yes.
Unaonyesha statement ni hivi ni hivyo. I think that is quite beautiful to think that just using your own local resources, start a business, and you're able to grow in so many other aspects. And I'd like for us to just talk about the wins that have come from such an inspiring Fashion on the Road project. What have you been able to do apart from just earning? Joyce?
Apart from just earning, also experience, because it's something that you have done for quite some time, and also teaching people how to do it, because our young siblings will also grow from there, and you'll have to tell them. At times, young people like us, we are so much exposed to these things because at times we are taken to some places to go and address the advantages of doing something that you can do with your own hands without maybe going to school or paying something for that, so that you can get the knowledge. So for me, I can say I got experience on that. Not only beading, you can also make some furnitures with them, varieties of things through beads. So that's what I can say.
Catherine?
Ile ambayo mimi nimepata kujifunza kutokana na hii, kwanza imetuletea faces ambayo hatujawahi kutana nao, ambayo hatukufikiria one day naweza kumeet na different culture ama different people. Kwa sababu tulikuwa tu tunajua ni sisi na ni sisi. But kupitia hii imetuletea marafiki wengi. Mmoja wa marafiki akiwa Carol Kinoti, na amekuwa akiletea marafiki. Hatukujua kumbe dhahabu yako inaweza tu kuwa ni ile unakuanga nayo.
Exactly. So what is in your hand?
Kwa hivyo kwanza imetukuja kutufungua macho, kutuambia dhahabu tunaweza tu kupata kile tunataka kutokana na kile tumekuwa tukifanya. Yeah.
If I may add, this group, because it was an initial group, they'll actually serve as the trainers for the other new groups. So because they know how to do the group dynamics, we're also engaging now in them getting to the next level, which is to use what they have, which is their goats, to start a goat saving plan, which maybe Pastor Catherine, you can tell them about it. Yeah, because of the same group dynamics.
Okay. Sasa pia kwa sababu ya hii tu kukuja pamoja, tukasema tutaingia kwa community soko. Na community soko tunaingia na mbuzi. Na ujue kwa community yetu mbuzi tu ni ya wanaume. Na wamama wakuangi nayo.
Ni kwa sababu hawana pesa ya kununua mbuzi, ni kwa sababu kitamaduni hufai kununua mbuzi, ama ni kwa sababu kuna pesa ya kununua mbuzi?
Kwa sababu hauna pesa ya kununua mbuzi.
Okay.
Lakini sasa wakati tulipata pesa kupitia hizi shanga, tunaenda kwa soko na ununue, na hata kwako nyumbani, wakati my husband anataka kuuza mbuzi ya kupeleka mtoto shule, mimi nasema wacha mimi ninunue, wa mama 45 wako nayo kwa sababu ya hii kazi.
You see, even property ownership.
Yes.
In a situation where you'd not even be able to earn property.
Of course.
And I can imagine even in that, sahi hata mkipanga mambo na mzee, ukisema kitu fulani lazima atakusikiza, kwa sababu unajua, kwa sababu hata pia uko na mbuzi yako
kabisa,
lazima atakusikiza.
Yes.
Carol, what do you see? What are some of the most successful and memorable experiences from running fashion on the road?
The one time I was sent to Busia by Strathmore Business School to go and deliver value addition linked to markets to farmers, producers, farmers. And in my classroom, I had dairy farmers, tomato farmers, cotton growers. And I remember sending a picture to one of my friends, and she's asking me, what fashion are you teaching those old men? And that experience taught me, or rather confirmed what I've always thought. Creativity is the beginning of all solutions. And at the end of the day, we could be talking about beads here. But the process of goat keeping, when you rear the goat and you take it to the slaughterhouse, you end up with skin and hides, right? When you turn them, what do you end up with?
Leather.
When you process leather, what do you have? Fashion products. So this experience, when I began, I thought I will just bead and make clothes. But fashion on the road has led me to get into partnerships with the ministries like correctional services. In the spirit of inclusion, we work with women who are in the prisons. In my journey in fashion on the road, I have rice farmers as partners. I have people with disabilities as partners. I have all sorts of partners. And that is because everything begins with creativity. That's number one. The other one is that fashion is a tool, because people see fashion and they think fashion is the outfit. Fashion is the feeling, it's the emotional process that you get out of dressing up, or as you take care of yourself. And in that room, you'll find conversations about health. You'll find conversations about shelter, you'll find conversations about food security. And this year's mission, which is the most interesting, is actually where fashion meets wellness and health. And she has told you that women sit together and they cannot even solve very basic problems. In one of my communities in Turkana, a place called Suguta Valley, which I think is the most deserted and forgotten place in this country, there's a woman there that says we have to walk for 10 kilometers to actually find the first maternal clinic for help. They lose 4 women in a month during childbirth or some related. We are permanently giving them lifts to the nearest place. They don't know how they'll go back. And as much as you would want to ignore it, as we bid, women will tell you about what's going on. So fashion can be used as a voice and as a tool for empowerment. And that is what our agenda is. So we have been led into very interesting conversations. My mind has really broadened. I have found myself discussing things that I never thought. And when it gets very thick, I just tell myself, you know what, let's keep it real. Yeah, but yes, impact when it comes to the fashion conversations have shown me that we should do more and we should not ignore the industry. Yeah.
So 45 women, 12 counties. I mean, that's quite the growth aspect. And as you mentioned, fashion has given people a platform to come together and not talk just about bidding.
Yeah.
Talk about healthcare, talk about property ownership. How do we come together and leverage all of our numbers, come up with a saving circle na tunue mbuzi. Kila mtu apate mbuzi. And now just to wrap up, kama kuna mwanamke yote hapo nje, labda anafikiria, ana uwezo, na hajui labda vile ulikuwa unasema hajui kama pia akona dhahabu, unaweza washauri nini?
Mimi ningependa kuwashauri ya kwamba kulingana na Biblia Proverbs 31, Mungu alipeana kwa wanawake nafasi ya kufanya kazi kwa mikono yao. Like sisi Maasai, zile ambaye tulikuwa tukiwa tunaona wazazi wetu wakifanya mambo ya kushona, Mungu amekuja kubadilisha ikakuwa mkate yetu na solution ya problem zetu. Kwa hivyo ningependa kuambia wamama wale ambao wako mahali popote wanaweza kufanya kile ambacho wanaona, na pia tunawakaribisha wakuje wafunzwe kufanya kazi na Carol Kinoti, mambo ya design. Hata sisi tulifundishwa, kwa hivyo na wewe pia ukifundishwa unaweza kushika. Thank you very much.
Joyce?
For me, I can maybe tell women there, girls there, just be an entrepreneur. Don't give up ati mimi siwezi fanya. If our mothers made it, we can also make it. That's what I can say. Thank you.
Carol, also, as you give your part in short, also tell our audiences where they can get Fashion on the Road products.
For me, it's to encourage you to join the caravan. The caravan means do you have a community that you can actually sponsor and organize to be able to develop a product. It doesn't have to be a bidded product. Umesikia pasta akisema chochote ambacho konacho kimekukaribia. Ambao tuko Nairobi, let's not live in a bubble. Let us join the caravan. Let us identify a community. As long as they are minimum a group of 15, sisi ni watu wa creative. Tutakuja to create something together. And let's engage with Buy Kenya, Build Kenya initiative so that we conserve and protect our culture and tell the stories of our African communities. If you want to engage with Fashion on the Road Product Africa, visit effortyearafrica.com. You go to the store and you'll be able to engage with our empowerment kits. You can also join our app, which is effortyearapp.com, and you'll see which communities that we engage with. If you have your own community, say, I would like to have a community, link and introduce your community, and we'll come and visit them. And together, let us retail and produce and engage with Fashion on the Road products. We also are going to be on Quick Mart stores across the country, where you'll be able to walk in and find Pastor Catherine's product and written her name. And that is one of the ways we want to celebrate. And in partnership with the Quick Mart supermarkets, we are now going to allow the communities to enter the retail store.
Just to wrap up for our audiences, 3 things you've gotten from this inspiring episode. Join the caravan, use what is in your hands. What you already have in your hands is what is going to empower you. Thirdly, entrepreneurship does not have to just be about the profit making, does not have to be just about the numbers. See what is within your means and what you can use also to empower the society by and large. These are quite inspiring conversations. And thank you so much, ladies, for joining us today. We'll be on the lookout for your products at Quickmart and also support. Na labda tami I'll come by. Nifundishe kutengeneza shanga. Asanteni.
Thank you.
There you have it, folks. We've had quite the inspiring conversations about entrepreneurship, sustainability, and social impact. Now, be on the lookout for fashion on the road products at your nearest Quickmart. And if you're not able to, you can be able to find them on the website. That's it for today. Keep it Vellum.